Socialism.
Take this country as far left.
We change capitalism as we know. Not new socialist answer to socialism. Socialism.
What you worry about is your motivation.
Communism.
The Manchurian candidate couldn't destroy us faster than Barack Obama.
But your big thing in what you raise in the book, and actually you do it in three distinct parts, but your bigger thing is that we've not only gotten to a trend of bigger government, but it's gone into hyperdrive. It's on steroids, right?
Yeah, I'd say Jimmy Carter on steroids is a term that I used. Look, the subtitle of the book is Defeating Obama's Radical Agenda. And all I felt I did was look at his record. And none of this is surprising me. I think the Barack Obama that I saw, prior to this election is the Barack Obama that's governing. That's the guy that's taken over health care. That's the guy that is taking over banks and financial institutions. And
so you don't believe it, Sean, when he says, I never wanted to take over the auto industry.
No.
I never wanted to take over banks. But a lot of this occurred originally under George Bush.
No, well, Tarp did, and that's a fair criticism. I think the circumstances of the election at the time were such that if the Republicans didn't do something, they would be perceived as doing nothing, and then that would create a bad environment for them to run an election.
What Democrats are saying now is that Republicans set the stage for these big bailouts. We didn't.
It's a fair criticism. Listen,
would you have done that?
I have a whole, the answer to the question is no. I have a whole chapter in the book how Republicans, where they went wrong and how they lost their way. And if we don't learn, if Republicans don't learn the mistakes of the past, in other words, they became the party of, okay, the Democrats would raise the size and scope and influence of government by 100%. Republicans would offer a 50% increase. That's not conservatism. The title of my book is not Republican victory, it's conservative victory. And I want to go back
So are you more Tea Partier than a Republican?
No, I'm a registered now conservative in New York.
But you're worried that they're eating their young, right? The conservatives and the Tea Parties, the Republicans, everyone, and a Democrat could walk in.
I'm worried that conservatives will splinter and that would create an environment for the Democrats to win, which I don't think is any good. Look, Neil, we have taken a sledgehammer to our kids' and grandkids' piggy banks. We have robbed them of their future. We have never done this before in the history of the country, where we do not create a better environment of hope and opportunity and a shining city on a hill for the next generation.
But let's say Obama people come back, Sean, and say, well, market's up 4,000 plus points from its low. No, just hear me out. Right. So we won't beat their balance. Sorry, we're about, Sean. And they argue, look, the numbers are suddenly looking better. Housing's beginning to percolate. We had a great quarter. And they're saying, well, this must prove that spending works.
The record amount of debt that we're talking about, the first year of Obama spending was $1.46 trillion. This year we're expected at $1.6 trillion. We have trillion-dollar deficits as far as the eye can see. By their estimates, not Sean Hannity's estimates. None of this includes, which is a separate issue and a separate matter, this recent vote, through all its corruption, the takeover of 1/6 of our economy, which is the healthcare industry. You put all of this in toto, in its entirety, and we are looking at not only the socialization, the Western European socialist model coming to America. We're looking at the end of capitalism in America as we... I want to add a point.
Go ahead.
He is by far, I predict, Neil, and I say this with all sincerity and passion that I can muster up, he will go down in American history as the worst president we have ever had. I want to add a point.
Go ahead.
He is by far, I predict, Neil, and I say this with all sincerity and passion that I can muster up, he will go down in American history as the worst president we have ever had. And I'm talking about national security, and I'm talking about economic issues.
What about Millard Fillmore? I mean,
well,
maybe Fillmore.
All right,
so
you got me there.
But I'm wondering, because maybe Republicans are counting their chickens before they're hatched, right?
Agree with you.
And they're thinking that November is going to look good, just like they thought that this health care thing was dead, and it wasn't and isn't. And I hear from Democrats, Sean, are saying, well, you know what, it's going to be pretty good for us, because we're going to show them the advantage of health care. And the dirty little secret is the dirty little parts don't become obvious till well after November.
Yeah, we pay taxes. Now, there's one big difference between '94 and today. It's an interesting theory, and that is the Democrats now have a wake-up call, and that is they can see the political handwriting is on the wall. I will tell you this. I think the intensity is genuine. I think the Tea Party is real. I think the anger, the distrust, I think the overreaching, the misinterpretation of the 2008 election results is real. I think they have so far overreached that the intensity will come from conservatives.
All right. We're not done with Sean. Is this guy going to run for office? Find out at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Business Network when we air the rest of my chat with Sean. Is he interested in being president? Is he interested in making me his Treasury Secretary?